In the RV. There's three ways to heat the RV, and they all, well, not, they don't all, two of the three require either the generator to be running or to be plugged into shore power. In order to turn that system on, in fact, to turn on any of the systems, in the back is the control for the roof-mounted heater and air conditioner, and that is this one here, the Dometic. There's a power button here. Sometimes you usually have to press it twice before anything happens. And you'll see that it says furnace, and there's a zone. One is one that's one active. We don't need to change any of the zones. And then you can temperature cycle up or down with the arrows on the side here to set the temperature that you like. And the mode button changes it from furnace to just a fan, to turning everything off, to the air conditioner, to auto. I've never used auto, so I'm not sure exactly how that works. And the heat pump is the roof-mounted ducted heater or furnace. And then the third one here is the furnace. And the furnace is the propane heater, which is located right down here, right next to the fridge below the utility drawer. And that is where the heat will come out when you're using the furnace. So you'll notice that when you use that furnace, it actually is going to blast air right into the bathroom here, which seems kind of a waste. So we normally will close the door, pull that closed, and now the air will come out of the furnace, come out and hit the door and spread both ways into the bedroom and into the main living area. If you set the controller here to the heat pump, HP, then the ceiling has these things which can swivel and be turned off or on, and there's a bunch of them. There's one here, and there's two more in the bedroom. There's one in the bathroom. So they're located throughout the coach. So the air conditioner and the heat pump are going to pump air out through these ceiling vents, and it actually works quite well. You'll notice when you first turn on the heat pump that air is going to start coming out, but it won't be warm. Give it a couple of minutes and you'll have nice warm air coming out of there, keeping the place all nice and toasty warm. You only want to use that heat pump if you are plugged into shore power or if you have the generator running. Do not use it with the inverter. If you have the furnace turned on, which is the propane version of the furnace, this guy here, and you turn on the inverter because you want to watch TV, then please make sure to come over to the panel again and turn off the second breaker down, 20 amp breaker right here. Make sure that 20 amp breaker is in the off position. If it is in the on position, then the heat pump fan will come on. You're going to be using a lot of power for nothing, and it's not going to heat or do anything else. Turning this to off, this 20 amp breaker to off, will then turn off the air conditioner / heat pump and only allow the propane furnace here to work. And that's that. The one last thing I want to mention about the heating system is that there's a fan that's going to be blowing warm air out of this furnace. When I say furnace, it's the propane powered heater. And so the fan's going to blow warm air out of there, and after it's getting close to the temperature set on the thermostat, the fan is going to keep going, but the actual flame inside there is going to turn off. So the air will be getting cooler. So it's a cool down period to allow the heater to sort of set itself. So don't worry about that. Even if you turn off the power up here on the controller, it will continue to run for another minute or two until it's cooled down. This bottom thing right here is for the old hot water tank, which we no longer have installed, but there's a hole in the wall. So this does nothing. It's not powered up. It's not wired up to anything, so you can just ignore that. And the important one for the heating and comfort is the Dometic one up on top where you set the temperature. Also, one last thing is if you're using the heat pump and you're running your generator, or even if you're plugged into shore power, you'll notice that the heat pump is pretty loud, especially if you're back here in the bedroom. It's right on top of us. It's where the air conditioner is outside on the roof, and it's fairly loud, so you're probably not going to want to use that for sleeping unless you're a really sound sleeper. if you do want to use a heater at night, and you're plugged in, this one is also going to make noise. But behind the garbage can in the front, don't mind the mess again, we're trying to get all this stuff done. Behind the garbage can, you pull that out, we have a little baseboard heater. So just bring that out and put it here in the middle of the room and turn that on, and that will happily chug along all night long and keep it toasty warm in here. It's not going to make it really warm depending on how cold it is outside, but it will certainly take the chill off in a comfy way, and it's very quiet. So if you are running on shore power, this is my recommended mode of heating.